And it's not a hello, bright and shiny beacons of light. I'm Michael Sandler, your host on Inspire Nation, and apparently it is now the Honey Bear show. Honey Bear, do you want to say hi to everybody? As we are going to be talking about all sorts of serious... What's that? Who's there? Well, we have here Richard and Paul and Jack and Renee and Angie and Libby and Dawn and Eva and Ava and who else do we have? So many beautiful souls from all around the world as we do this tonight. Celestiana and more. And well, what are we going to talk about tonight, Honey Bear?
Poop.
Poop? No, we're not going to talk about poop. We are going to... What are we going to... Oh! What we're going to talk about, though, is I had to do an emergency channeling yesterday and this morning and this evening or this afternoon to understand big picture, what's going on right now. Are we going to be all right? Where do things get to go from here? And I'm going to share with everybody tonight what I've gotten. And I had lots of dreams last night as well.
Dad, 12.
Yeah, I did.
12 by
So what we know about Hannah Bear is that when she talks what appears to be nonsense, it means she's actually very, very happy, doesn't it? Yeah, that's true. Is there anything else that you want to share before we dive fully in? Yeah. Anything else? Morning, Fiona in Melbourne. Morning, everybody everywhere. Okay, so why don't we get a big wave to everybody? And then I'm going to have you go off with Mama Bear, and I'm going to share what I got from the teaching. Well, we have Norma and Doreen and Dawn and Karen and Richard and Mercedes and Brenda.
Daddy.
Yeah, we got Daddy too. And who do we have off camera? Who's right off by the lights right over here? Who's that? Mommy. And who's that? Meowser. So we got Mama Bear and Meowser's off camera. Who? We've got Heen, we've got Kathleen, we've got Karen, we've got Moon Wishes. Aloha from Maui, where we lived in Kula for years.
And the song.
Yeah, song?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Song.
Any last words? And then we're going to have you wave. And then it's time to dive into a beautiful channeling and teaching here tonight. All right. Oh, thank you for giving everybody a kiss.
I kissed my cheek.
Yeah. Oh, that was really sweet. All right. Here we go. Thank you. You're brightening everybody's day. All right. Let me pull up my notes and let us dive right in. So, okay. Backing things up. When something, I don't know if important is the right word, when something big happens in the world, I go into my automatic writing, something that I teach, and I go into my automatic writing and I ask what's going on. And so I did that first once with everything going on in the world. And then I did it again to see what I get to teach this evening. And I'm going to angels, I'm going to guides, I'm going to the archangels. This time I went straight to the archangels on this one because this is a worldwide deal. And I got some very interesting answers. And I looked at it. So my team, specifically Ann Bear, not Aya Bear, Ann Bear, who's technically the niece, I believe, if I have that right, of Aya Bear. But they think of each other as cousins. She is my assistant for all things notes. And so she put together the notes for me. And then I went back into my automatic writing this afternoon and channeled again. And she organized those. And I looked at them and I'm like, do I teach one? Do I teach the other? They flow together perfectly, which means even though I'd rather just go to the lighter teaching, which is the second teaching here this evening, I get to go to the heavier stuff first. And Jack is saying, is it the tariffs? We've got so much good stuff, Jack, to talk about, if good stuff is the right term. So we are going to dive into all of this. A key point, I don't have a political bone in my body. I am all about everybody together as one. If you were to give me a political party, this is the fine print. If you were to give Michael Sandler a political party, what party would be? He'd be the party of love, the party of inclusiveness, the party of us all together. because there are no sides on a round planet. There's no black, there's no blue, there's no red, there's no green, there's no yellow. There's zebras. I guess we are all zebras. We are all made up, actually, of all the colors of the rainbow. That is who and what we are. And so anything that I say tonight, particularly as this is a channel of co-creation, has nothing to do with it's him, it's them, why didn't they? No, this is big picture. What do we do right now? Where do we go from here? This is all about the we. It's like the French term, we. But it is all about that. Yes, no sides on around Pan Fallon. Okay, so let us dive right in. So I go into my automatic writing and I ask, and are people seeing a double image of me? I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, do we see one image inside of a bigger image? I'm very, very curious to know. Linny Webb says, oh yeah, I think something's up with the camera. He hit some button that gave him a screen within a screen effect. Aya Bear, would you like to reach out to the Super Bobs and see if he is available to see what happened on the screen? Because I have absolutely no idea. And I have no idea how to undo what we're seeing as well. So I am going to teach anyway, and we will see if the screen goes to, what would happen if I zoom in? No, it would just cut off the top of the screen. All right, as long as we're all getting it, it's good. Two screens, picture within a picture. Hannah Bear hit something, I'm told. I have no idea what the Hannah Bear pressed. I can't blame Hannah Bear. Is deinterlaced? No. Use max resolution? No. So apparently, Mama Bear, I'm told maybe Hannah Bear hit something, but I don't know. But I am a screen within a screen. Yes. So Mama Bear came in here to help us figure this out. Oh, Lou said, maybe it's because my message is doubly important tonight, that I am two images. I like that. I have no idea what's going on. Therefore, I have no idea how to fix what is going on. We have the digital pan and zoom. Nope, that didn't do it. We have all of those regular camera settings. It might be that you had the camera settings open. I tried unclicking these. It wasn't that. I don't know what it was. But these are all the camera effects. If I go to other things, those are microphones. I don't know.
What's this?
What is this? That is the Michael cam. If I do the other, I'm gonna disappear. If I do the other, it's gonna end and go to music. So we don't want to hit any of those. These are your overlays, like that one right there. This shows in background, new animated overlay. Aya Bear is calling in. We've got this. Aya Bear, you're calling in. The whole audience is watching and listening. Talk to me. Oh, you called Jessica. They said it's okay. Well, we're going to run with it. We are going to run with this beautiful, beautiful thing and let it be unless Super Bobs wakes up. Okay, let's dive in. Aya Bear, you can call back from Mama Bear. All right. So I go into automatic writing this morning. Thank you for your patience. And I type, what do I need to know about what's going on? I am, just like you, an empath's empath. So I'm up late last night. The stock market is crashing in Asia. And I'm heard it even tripwired a what they call a fuse or a circuit breaker in Taiwan, and trading stopped. But I knew this without even watching or listening things. I could just feel that energy. And so this morning I go into my automatic writing. What do I need to know? And what I'm told, which doesn't sound reassuring, but actually is quite reassuring, is that the world is not as it appears to be, both for you, for the audience, and for myself. Things are changing fast, as they're supposed to right now. So I asked, are things broken? And I'm told, yes. But is it what we feared it would be? No. What does that mean? It's not what we feared it be. Meaning, things are broken, but not irreparably so. Things are broken, but are not going to spiral into a complete and total oblivion. Instead, we're having human experiences at this time. And the human experience we're having right now is of change faster than we could ever imagine. Somebody just called it orange money. Yeah, I guess we could call it orange money. It's change greater than we could ever imagine. And so today is the stock market and global trading. Tomorrow it might be earthquakes and floods. What's really broken, I'm told, is our perception of reality, not reality itself. What's broken is our perception of reality, which is interesting because I declared, I think before January of this year, I said we've now entered the disinformation age. It is impossibly difficult. I was talking about this with Suzanne Giesman on the show a few weeks ago. It is impossibly difficult to tell what's truth and what's not by reading something, by researching something. They say there's lies, damn lies, and then there's statistics. We can go, there's lies, damn lies, then there's statistics, there's news, there's social media. It's impossible to tell what's real and what's not out here. And truth be told, it's continuously changing. It's like trying to hold on to, forgive me, a greased pig, or trying to hold on to an amoeba and have it hold its shape. Reality right now is malleable, it's changeable, it's bendable, and it's ever changing, ever growing, and ever expanding. Let me repeat that. The universe does not go to greater and greater degrees of chaos. The universe always goes to greater degrees of order. There's a device, I can't remember the name of it right now. You put sand on a plate, you vibrate it from underneath. And the more that you vibrate it, the more suddenly complex geometric patterns begin to appear before you on this vibrating sand tray. And you can Google this online. And the more frequency that you put into it, the more complex the patterns get. The vibration doesn't break things down into chaos, but to more and more order. We have come too far as a species. We have come too far on this planet, even though on the surface it appears like tremendous chaos and disorder, and heartache and heartbreak for people, for savings, for animals, you name it. However, reality is not as appears to be. It's changing, it's growing, and it's expanding. Now, we can call this esoteric, we can call this foo-foo, we can call it woo-woo, but it doesn't make it any less true. Reality is not what it appears to be. We, you, me, are a global people. See, a semascope might be it. We're a global people. Everybody, I would love it if you would put in the chat where you're from right now. And you will see that it's not everybody from New York City, or everybody from LA, or everybody from the US, or everybody from Europe. We are truly a global people, even though we are at a time period or a time zone where it's easiest to catch in the US. We are a global people, which means there is a oneness. There's a oneness as you, there's a oneness as me, there's a oneness of all of us. And on top of us being a oneness, even though I'm a oneness or a two-ness as I'm in the screen within the screen, you are energy, boldly and grandly energy. Oh my God, Desert Star from Egypt. We've got Austin, Egypt, Florida, Colorado, East Tennessee, South Australia, Bumblebee, you rock, Myrtle Beach, Corona Del Mar, California, all over the world. And on a Victoria, BC. Awesome. Alberta, Canada, Norway. That's who and what we are. Somebody says a total illusion from St. Louis. Yes, we are all total illusions, and we are all real. We're all one. We all appear. We're individual filaments. I love it. Back in the 80s, they've had them now, but they've had them since the 80s. Fiber optic plants. It's, these little filaments dancing here. And it looks like they're all these individual lights, but it's actually one light at the center beaming out in all directions. That's who and what we are. It doesn't matter who is in charge of what that says we're going to put up walls, we're going to put up barriers, and I ain't against anyone or anything. I am for us all together as one. But no matter what is said or what is done, we are still one. We are still growing together. We are still expanding. We are, as somebody just mentioned, Quinton 999, we are the third planet from the sun. And I've got Ontario, I've got Florida, I've got Kingston, Minneapolis. So today it is the stock market and great flooding. And if you're in the Midwest, if you're in Queensland, Australia, my heart goes out to you, the outback of Queensland. My heart certainly goes out to you. And if you're in other places with earthquakes, my heart goes out to you. Today, it's the stock market and great flooding. Tomorrow, it's earthquakes, volcanic soot, and tsunamis. The surprises will keep coming and coming this year, and we cannot escape them. But on the other hand, we don't have to, and we'll get to that. But what does that mean? Where do we go from here? And where we go is not out there. Right now, there's so much doom scrolling. If we could get a reward as a people for doom scrolling, we would all get it. Almost all of us would get it anyway. But what do we find from doom scrolling? We find Panama, Canada, Georgia, love it, Italy. We would find the answer. Sedona is never out there. You can read every article you want and you will not find the answers out here. However, when you dive in on the inside, something I teach in the School of Mystics, come join us, got a link down below. It is something that you learn as you dive down this rabbit hole, that the answers are there and waiting for you, not just in beautiful British Columbia, kitty cat. The answers are waiting for you in here. And we get to dive deep at this time. That's what we get to do, not just sitting on a cushion. Oh, I was having dreams last night. I wish I could remember them specifically. I went to write them down, but they were about diving deep, about getting way under the surface, way under the surface, and understanding what is going on from there. I encourage you, I challenge you, before you go to bed tonight, turn off everything. Actually, if you want, watch a few minutes of a rom-com or whatever lights you up. Then turn off everything. And then go sit in bed, close your eyes, and just be with things. And if that doesn't work, so do what I did last night. And this isn't Michael as a hero. Just do what I did, or something better. I send love to everyone in need. I send love to everyone in need. I send love, yes, Paul Blart, to everyone in need. And see what comes up. Let's go back to some of the basics. And then we're going to talk about more positives. Because if you expected a gloom and doom show, you came to the wrong channel. You just ain't getting that from me. Kim Fraser, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm right down the road in Palm Coast for 3 more weeks, then up by the Canadian border in Colchester, Vermont. All right, let's start with the basics. You, meowsers, me. We all came here we all came here on a journey. And that journey supersedes comfort from the very moment we get here. Journey supersedes comfort? Yeah. Do you think it was easy coming out from your mama bear? No. This journey from the beginning supersedes comfort. Now, I've got an amazing show with Vincent Jenna this Thursday on why suffering is not necessary this lifetime. So it's not that you came here to suffer. Hannah Bear, how did you get in here with a shopping cart? Mama Bear Rescue Aisle 3? Mama Bear Rescue Aisle 3. We didn't come here to have just an easy ride. Thank you for bringing the shopping cart, Hannah Bear. We came here on a special sacred journey. You came here on a special sacred journey. You did. Now, here's the thing. We're almost all exhausted at this time. Truth be told, there's a lot of exhaustion. I just decided I'm not going to try to push through this year and to re-qualify for, I feel like I need this to be team world. I'm not going to try to do that at the national championships this year in my sport, off-road triathlons. But I'm going to take it easy. And my body has told me I need to take it easy. But we are nearly all exhausted, and there's a reason for it. Exhaustion is really the energy of change coming about at just the right time. I'm exhausted. I can't give up. I can't do it that way anymore. I'm not even going to try to hold on. Well, guess what? There is no more sustainability in the old way. We've come too far. The interconnectivity is too great. We can't go back even if we wanted to. No policy, no belief, no anything is going to carry us back 1 nanosecond. You can't go back to my last word. Okay, actually, you could replay it. But you get what I'm saying. You can't go back and change 1 nanosecond ago, let alone carry a people, a species, a planet back any number of years. But we can go forward. So we're exhausted from trying to hold on to the old as a species, as a collective, as a people, as a country, as in all of it. And we knew and know in the heart of hearts, cheese taco, it's okay to be numb at this point because we're going to recharge you. We're going to give you more cheese for your taco. Vegan cheese maybe. And we're going to get you going. Something had to change. Something had to give. A lot of the ideology right now is a backlash. It's a backlash about our great change that's taking place. I want to go back to the old. That backlash is trying to bring us back to an illusion of a time of grandeur, an illusion of greater simplicity and peace. Guess what? All the statistics show there's more peace now than ever. Even with all the crazy fighting that's taking place and that's never ended and never seems like it's gonna end. We have a greater peace now than ever. So this idea of going back to anything to find a way of being, to find peace, to find this. When we look for something, we find it's in front of us, never behind us. You can't drive through the rearview mirror because you can't go back even 1 nanosecond. The way for peace is always before you, never behind. So this is a last gasp. There is no fingers being pointed. This is a last gasp, everything we're going through. All sides. Again, no sides on a round planet. But this is a last gasp by the old guard. Old guard wanting to hold on to old ways, to old powers, to an old memory, a shadow of what we can be. And that word shadow is important. Oh, she stole Sharky again. I saw her throwing it earlier today. Shadow is important because we all get to do shadow work at this time. We get to look at our wounds individually and collectively. We get to look at unfairness individually and collectively. We get to look at how the system was rigged or not set up for everyone and say, hey, wait a second. Something new gets to be birthed, something new gets to be born, and is going to help us find even greater peace and certainty, even in uncertain times. That's where we get to go from all of this. But the old guard right now is trying to control the uncontrollable, or put the genie back in the bottle. Guess what? The genie's out. The genie's going to play. What's the genie? Well, do you have a phone? Are you connected? I guess my phone ran away too. Are you connected to everyone everywhere? At least if you have their number, their WhatsApp thing, whatever it is. Of course, you're connected to pretty much everyone. Genie's out of the bottle. We're all connected. For the powers that be, that's a little bit freaky-deaky. I can appreciate that. Until it's not. Until we use that super skill that we all have, that interconnectivity. See, humanity has come too far to go back. Genie can't get back in the bottle. And that's why this country is in danger, and it's not. The world is in danger, and it's not. But the old systems and ways of being are all in danger and falling apart before our eyes because they need to. That's where we're going. The second half of the teaching, we're almost there. I'm going to show you how you can morph this energy and turn it into something incredibly positive during this time. And of course, I'll do many shameless plugs for their School of Mystics. Come join us Wednesday. I'll let everybody in the chat tell you about it, where we bring your energy up and we help you to look at the world from a higher vantage point. We clear off the energies that don't belong to you, and we tune you in or tune you up to a higher plane. That's where we get to play. That's where we get to live. That's how we rock this world at this time. So, I've been asked a lot lately, a lot by myself, but a lot by others as well. Michael, who are you? What do you stand for? And if you go to my website, and certainly sign up for the Daily Woohoo, I bring your energy up each and every day. But if you go to my website, you sign up for the newsletter, you sign up for whatever, or you just go there and you go, dailywoohoo.com is pretty coherent. But if you go to our Inspire Nation show, you go, who is this guy? What is this show? And it needs a complete revamping of the website. The point being, though, you wouldn't get who and what I am. Okay, Michael? Who and what are you? I am teaching right now one thing and only one thing. Then I don't need to watch any of your shows. Yeah, I guess not. You don't need to attend any classes. I don't know if you want your energy to change, but you get what I'm saying. I'm helping you realize you are not just physical. And I keep hearing whenever I say that, I'm living in a material world. I am a material girl. No, Madonna. We are not just living in a material world, and you are not just a material girl. You are not just a material guy. You are not just a material them. You are you. You are infinite. You are divine. You are an energetic being of the highest magnitude, an ascendant master who chose to come here at this time, living in an energetic world. That's it. That's the big picture teaching. But this understanding is profound. And when you fully get this, everything changes. What do you mean? Well, you see that what is happening right now is simply the material wool being pulled over your eyes. Material wool being pulled over your eyes? Yes. It ain't real. Yes, but my savings went down. That's real. Yes, but I lost my job. That's real. But big picture, and I don't make light of any of this, and we're going to deal with all of that in the second half, coming up in maybe 10 minutes or so. I don't make light of any of it. I don't make light of any of your struggles, of your challenges. Yes, I was the guy who ate dog food for a summer. Yes, I went 2 years in Colorado without heat. Thank God I kept the electricity on, which allowed me to open up my stove and run a fan over the oven to pump out heat into the house. But right now, the material wool is being pulled over your eyes. And although it appears crazily dramatic, it can't stay covering us. It appears so dramatic so that we start to see beyond it. It appears so dramatic that the system that supports the wool being pulled over our eyes is crumbling before our very eyes. You can see that. You can see a picture of somebody holding a phone like on the Asian stock markets last night, and the system is crumbling before their eyes. You can see it in all global trade and things crumbling before your eyes. You can see it in NGOs and other organizations that are being pulled apart, ripped apart, crumbling before our eyes. All of it. Excuses for war crumbling before our eyes. Will the system crumble to the ground? Not at this point. There are safety mechanisms so that things appear to be blowing apart, but certain, like that circuit breaker in Taiwan last night, and certainly one that could trip in the Dow as well, or on Wall Street for that matter, there's circuit breakers to protect us. At the same time, will it ever look the same? I said this at the start of COVID. I will say this about, last Friday. There's a pre-COVID world, and then there's something birthed after that. There's a pre-tariff world without judgment, and then there is a new world after that. There is the flooding wherever you may be, or a Hurricane Helene, or whatever may take place. and there's the new world after that. This is a reset at the highest level. What about your savings? Chances are, given time, it will come back. What about investing? Over time, it will come back. As I'm told, it will be the same but different. What does that mean? It means that things will take care of you and things will come back for you, but never the way they looked before. The dollar will come back, though people will be suspect. Everything will rebound, but not in the way it appeared to be. Why are politicians so angry? Why is this party so angry? Why are they so angry? What about this guy? Because people want to make things go back the way they were. All of our egos want us to do this. Our ego does not want change. Our ego does not like change. It wants things back the way they were, even if we're shooting ourselves in the foot. But we cannot go back even a nanosecond. So the ego gets angry, it gets upset, it lashes out. That's what's happening worldwide right now. The ego of humanity is angry, it's upset, and it's lashing out. It's doing this as a cry for help so we can all be cleared. The energy of unfairness gets to be cleared. The energy of this isn't right gets to be cleared. The energy of injustice gets to be cleared. The energy of you versus me, of us versus them, gets to be cleared. The energy of these people are good, those people are bad, these people are, I don't even know what you say. These people aren't human. Oh my God, it all gets to be cleared once and for all on a global basis. So it is all coming up and in our faces right now. It's a huge part of what we do in the School of Mystics is we help you get clear of all of this junk. Anything under the surface is coming up now to be cleared. It ain't pretty. It's quite ugly. It's scary. I can go on, but we've got enough of those terms. And it can appear downright ugly depending on our willingness to face things. But people say we have no control. This is where we get into the good part of the talk. You have more control than you can realize. What is Michael's mission? To help you remember you're a divine, immortal, energetic being having an energetic experience on the human playing field. But you are not actually on the human playing field. You are on the energetic playing field. And you hold all the chips. Yeah, not the potato chips that I put on the hip sled to go lift some weights. No, you hold all the chips. You're in so much more control than you realize. Yeah, but Michael, you don't like me like the rest of us. I don't know. I don't know what happened to a whole bunch of my savings yesterday or in the last few days, but it's dramatically different. Still hold all the chips. Yeah, but this could happen. That could happen. Who knows what could happen? Yeah, but I still hold all the chips. Yeah, but man, I've been broken in so many different ways. Cancel, clear, release. Still held all the chips. Excuse me. You do too. What's the big picture message for tonight? The flip side of the coin. Somebody is asking, when is there clearing? School of Mystics, we have clearing, not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays from now. Massive clearing. Right now, the message is this, the flip side of the coin. That's where we get to play right now. Events are dramatic. People are looking for a reprieve. You're looking for a reprieve. I'm looking for a reprieve. Do I dare even look what I'm going to read? No, we want a reprieve. Can we all hit pause right now? Well, the reprieve right now is coming from the inside. That's why I say watch a little bit of rom-com at night and then just sit and drool in bed or send love to others. But just stay in that sweet spot for a moment because it's a year filled with ups and downs, turmoil, earthquakes, floods, financial earthquakes. And certainly even more surprises to come, I'm told, and ones we can't even imagine. But the one thing we can count of, which is what we call the flip side of the coin, is how we view them. All right, let's go into a few little Michael stories. I'm looking at the sticker. Hunter Bear put here a sticker that says cloudy. Am I cloudy? No, I'm sunshiny. Cloudy. Little Michael stories. I notice this particularly when I visit my parents. And I love them so dearly. And but it's just so easy to say or to see. They are constantly going, oh no, oh my God, ah, ee. Growing up, friends didn't want to visit. They called it the crazy house. I can see why. I have some of that in me. Maybe 1/10, 1/100th of what my parents do. And I love you so much if you're watching the show. I love you, I love you, I love you. But it's inside of me. It's hard-baked or hardwired in me. When I see something that I'm aghast, or more likely, between you and me, I don't have the coordination that most people do. I've got this beautiful water here. Take a sip. And I'm known to knock things over or spill things. Or when the honey bear is sleeping, to take this jar and go, I'm going to be extra quiet, and just bang it right into something as I'm being as careful as I can. And so it is often that I go, oh no! Hoi vey! I go, oh no! And Jessica's heart rate goes, I'm sorry, Pookie. But that's the part of me that was wired, not so much since birth necessarily, maybe it's epigenetic, but is wired inside of me. But my newfound wiring, through my spiritual practice, through the stuff I teach in the School of Mystics, all of this, and it becomes super important when we talk about manifestation. We're going to be doing a lot of manifestation work this month in the School of Mystics. Next month, we're going to do a whole month on manifestation, and I believe we're going to have a mastery class on manifestation after that. The newfound wiring helps me and can help you boomerang back at a higher level. So Michael spills something, Michael reads something, something happens, and Michael goes, oh no! And in the next moment, in the very next moment, and you can totally reinvent yourself, I am looking for something positive. We can completely and totally rewire ourselves, completely and totally reinvent ourselves. So we could say this is one time period where we're saying, but this is happening, but this is happening. What about, but this can be a positive, but this can be amazing, or and this can be incredible. Systems are blowing up before our eyes. The economic system is appearing to fall apart before our eyes. But, and, I think and has an even better energy. And something else can be birthed from this. Michael, but my savings. And hang in there. Something even better can come of this. Michael, I lost my job. I get it. I've lost more than a job or two myself. I've had that pink eviction note on my door. I've had a bank notice of what were they going to do, foreclose on my house through the mail, not so much on my door as well. And something great can come out of the reinvention. The buts or the ands are really at this time all about what is possible, even or especially because of what is going on. This is so important to understand. It's all steering, it's all God, it's all good. And you don't have to believe in a bearded white guy in the sky. What this means is there's a divine order. Remember, we go from chaos to order. There's a divine order behind everything. And while it sounds trite, it's true. It is all here to serve you. Every single bit of it is here to serve you. Every bruise, every lick, every kick. Now, did you sign up for this? Oh, absolutely. And while there are twists and turns and your soul plan or soul contract may not have accounted for every one of them, nor your Akashic record for that matter, you signed up for this. They are in your blueprint. They are in your charts. Exactly. You signed up for this week You signed up for this with your job, with your savings, with your home. I can't believe the number of people who've had homes flooded that do not have flood insurance. My heart goes out to you beyond anything you could ever imagine. And I send so much love your way. And yes, we get to do that after tonight. I will see if we can get another donation set up for everybody who's challenged with the floods. This time period, I'm thinking about suffering, the term suffering, because that's a Thursday show, is why we don't need to suffer. We came here to experience these things for our highest good, not to suffer. It's just a name that the ego puts on top of things. Sassy Cindy, there's no power where she's at for 7 days. I send so much love your way. We're not here to suffer. That's just a label that the ego puts in things. But the confusion, the fear, the concern, all of it is actually a setup to get you in the light and help you to pivot. I have been getting symbol after symbol for this. So I go to the gym this morning and I go to my favorite machine, the hip sled, where I really like playing. And I get there before Jessica. She's in the other room finishing up. I don't know if she was rowing or what she was doing at the moment. And I go to the hip sled. And on the other side of this kind of inverted leg press where you push the weights up toward the sky, there's a window. On the other side of the window, about 5 feet away, maybe less, is a little bird, little songbird that's just died. And two crows or ravens are dismembering it before me and taking out its innards to eat them. And I'm going, oh my God. And then I'm going, clearly there's some meaning for me in seeing this. This is right in front of me and I've never seen this before. And then I'm driving back from the gym. I've got Hannah Bear in the back seat. 2 of us are there. Mama Bear is getting a amazing, she got her hair, not colored, I'm not sure what the term is for it, tinted something. It's really cool. She looks like she's a 20-something, most amazing. She is, it's too cool. We're driving back, Honey Bear and myself, and there's this large, maybe 6 foot long, I don't know how foot long it is, snake slithering across the road in front of me. This giant snake, not big in circumference, but really long. And it's almost whipping to and fro. And I've got, thankfully, a little sporty mini, and I throw it to the left to avoid the snake. It darts to the right. I throw it back to the right. We're okay. Hannah Bear is okay. Snake's okay. Life is good. And I go, what is taking place? Well, the snake represents shedding one's skin and dramatic transformation. The 2 ravens eating the bird represent a death of the old, an old way of living that cannot continue, along with a circle of life and transformation. They ate the bird for their own sustenance. So, what do I get out of these messages? Is that there's massive transformation for you and for me going on at this time. But that we get to take action so that we're not hurt and no one is hurt in the process. Had I said, oh, it just is as it is, and driven over the snake, that would have served no one. So no one is saying that we are benign or that we are passive or that we roll over at this time. In fact, quite the reverse. I have not said roll over. This is a wake-up call that we get to each steer our own ships toward our own destinies. It's super easy to feel hopeless and helpless at this time, but it won't serve you. In fact, if I hadn't turned the car, snake would have been killed. If the snake hadn't darted to the right as I darted to the left, if it had been passive and rolled over, so to speak, it wouldn't have been here. Together as one, me going one way, the snake going another, we avoided total catastrophe, and that's where we're at today. There's no turning back. The wheels are in motion. From an apolitical point of view, I got to be honest with you. I certainly have my beliefs about what I feel is the best way things to work out. Of course I do. I know if I like chocolate or vanilla. Not that right now I can actually eat either. But I know which I like. Well, straight chocolate I can have. But from an apolitical standpoint, we have no idea, truly no idea, how things will look or where things will go from here. Will people be laid off? Certainly appears that way. Will prices skyrocket? Certainly appears that way. But will certain savings rebound? History says certainly it appears that way, and then some. Will there be positive changes in the market and the world? Let's absolutely hope so. What we cannot tell is where things will end up because we cannot determine, if we ever could for that matter, where the absolute truth lies. And truth for whom? That is the question. Because from the victors not only come the spoils, but history is written by the victors. So what is the real history? What is the real his story? What is the real truth? That's what my dream was about, a big part of it this morning. Not being able to determine what is good and what is not. But how do we determine what is good from here, from now? I can't determine the past. I have no way to determine. How do I determine where I go and where you go from here? Let you in on a little secret. Young Mike at Murphy's just showed up. Let you in on a little secret, individually and collectively. Like seeing the rebirth through the snake or the circle of life from the bird, what we're seeing is the flip side of the coin, or the rebirthing of the individual and the nation. Or when I think of Inspire Nation, I mean the nation of us all. Even if you're laid off, if you lose your job, if you lose a part of your savings, there is a reinvention in motion, and I don't make light of any of it. There is a way to reinvent yourself at a higher level during this time. That's what's so important to understand. This is the time where we get to reinvent ourselves at a higher level. This is not a time of negativity. Certainly, there can be fear, worry, and anxiety. Totally cool. It's okay. Don't judge yourself. But this is not a time of negativity, nor is it a time of passivity. This is a time of reinvention at the highest level. So, WTF just happened over the last few days. The get ready, get set, and reinvent yourself gun, or can we use something other than gun, that just went off. Or the things will never be the same gun that went off. Or the how do you wish things to be for yourself and for others at a higher level gun went off too. And that is way too many guns, but it's true. You get to ask yourself. And yesterday, I went for a run, and I was having these conversations with the universe. So I throttled the run back into a walk, partly because I'm so sore. And oddly enough, I opened up my phone, unheard of in a run, and I started taking notes because I was talking with the universe and talking with myself. Michael, how do you wish to reinvent yourself from here? Where do you wish to go? What do you want to do? What do you wish it to look like? These are the questions for you. How do you wish to reinvent yourself from here? Not just how do you wish to follow your savings, your 401k, your stock market, or even your job. Those are a bit out of your control potentially at this moment. But where do you want to go from here? This is you are more in control of this than anything you could ever imagine. Because this event and this world, I almost want to say world trauma we're experiencing right now, can truly set you free. Free to see the false sense of security that you had. Free to see that false sense of, I better not change anything because it's too risky. Guess what? The real risk today is not in changing, but in staying where you're at because the whole world is changing around you. Oh, I will just stay where we're at. You know what? Between you and me, Jessica likes to move. Jessica loves to move. I like to move on occasion. We're both looking to settle down. Her ideas of where we go, different than my ideas, but I go where the mama bear goes. I am someone who will just stay in one place. I've traveled all around the world. I haven't seen that many countries, only 10, 12. I get to travel a lot more around the world. And at the same time, I'm happy being a homebody. I'd love to travel and speak, but I'm happy being a homebody. I don't need change. Guess what? She's challenged me on that. And she's right. Guess what? You're being challenged on that. And the universe is right. The change is good for us. Yeah, but the way things are at. There is no more the way things are at. There's the way things were Thursday or Friday. It's Thursday. Prior to April 2nd. It's so interesting, that April 2nd day, because that's when I had my first NDE, April 2nd, 2006, my first near-death experience. There's the way Michael was before my near-death experience, and then the way he was, me, they, on or after April 2nd. That's now the whole world. The whole world has completely changed, freeing us up to go in powerful, positive, new directions. This freeness not comes despite the insane market or policies or whatever going on. It's not despite anything that's taken place. It's beautifully because of them. And so where do we get to go from here? That's the big picture question. Where do we go from here? We play. We make a list of questions, of ideas, crazy and not so crazy, of how we can pivot, what we could do, how I can bring in more income, how I can have a better job, how I can finally have that relationship, how I can live in that country or that state and that place that I've always dreamed of. Because of what's going on right now, we get to challenge our own status quo. Yeah, but I'm comfortable here. Challenge it. Yeah, but I've already got this figured out. Challenge it. Yeah, but I don't need. Challenge it. Because the universe is challenging you. The universe is challenging me. Not saying, I've got to slay the dragons. No. But saying, all right, that period of my life ended on April 2nd. I guess it did. April 2nd, 2025. Or in my case, April 2nd, 2006. Jumping up and back to save a boy, a story for another day. I was fractured, blown apart. Got a whole bunch of titanium in me. Saw the big picture in life. Got to be the new me. Hi. You get to be the new you too. Did we all just collectively go through a near-death experience? Oh yeah, you betcha. Have we fully come out the other side? No, man, my first month or two, I call that time period the festivities. Fiance leaving me, being texted to me basically by her coach while in Japan. Story for another lifetime. All sorts of things blowing up on me. Finances, you name it. It was the festivities. We are in the middle of the festivities right now, or the reinvention birth canal. How do we want it to be when we come out into the new world? What do we want it to look like? How do we want it to feel? Go for walks, go for runs, talk with yourself, jot things down, take notes, have sticky notes, put up a wall of sticky notes, make a new dream board, a vision board, make one of those vision things on the computer or on the phone or their apps where you can have little snippets of video of what the who and you knew you are. See this for the incredible time it is. That's what this is. So somebody earlier was saying, I feel numb. No. Start dreaming now and dream big, and certainly come to School of Mystics. We will clear. Stop. Don't stop doing anything. Start dreaming again. Write things down. Remember, things always go up and come back up at a higher level. Go look at any stock market graph out there. Yeah, but this one is different. Believe you me, that's what my head is saying as well. Everything always comes back at a higher level. It always goes from chaos to higher states of coherence. The question is, where do you wish to be when it comes back? Who do you wish to be? What do you want things to be when it comes back? Laser beam out with your heart and your mind's eye to the universe during this time. What you want for you. And since we're all in this together, how do you wish the world economy to be, the world borders to be, the nations, the borders, the trade, the freedom, the any of it, the all of it, the inclusivity or lack? What do you want the world to be? Burn that out into the future. How do you wish us all, I'm totally leading the witness here. How do you wish us all to be, or all to come together as one? this is the biggest picture message. I believe we're boomeranging away from oneness. We're boomeranging away from the oneness as far away as we can. It's us against them. It's you against me. It's this country against that country. I've got blockades. I've got tariffs. I've got this. I've got that. I'm not making fun of anything. But it's all to boomerang back to openness, back to all of us, back together as one at the highest level. That's the flip side of the coin. That's what we get to play and get to play today. That's who and what we all are. Not going right now, this is bad, this is terrible, that is horrific. And don't get me wrong. It's certainly no fun in the short term, and it's easy for me to armchair quarterback if you're losing your job, if you're losing your savings, if you're losing your home, and I'm sitting here super comfortable, though I have been there myself. But something super amazing can come out of it. Even if, heaven forbid, you are interned, oh my God, I can't believe that came through in the channeling. Your interned mean to be locked up or worse. Something amazing can still come out of it. Just ask, and I'm seeing him in my mind's eye, South Africa. Oh my gosh. How can I not? Nelson Mandela, thank you. Nelson Mandela, who was locked up and changed a whole nation, if not changed the whole world. Something amazing can come out of this. What you need to do, though, is believe the flip side of the coin. You need to believe something great can come out of it, and it will. So I had my first near-death experience. I almost lost my leg. I certainly almost lost my life. I had no choice but to believe something great would come out of it. What do you mean you had no choice? Well, first off, I was locked up in a sanitarium. That ain't a fun place to be. Former sanitarium, meaning crazy house. But it still had bars on the windows. It still had people moaning. It still had this funny shaped room. And I was told that they wouldn't even reevaluate me for 2 weeks, that I was simply locked up in there. What was I locked up for? Well, because insurance wouldn't cover a regular hospital. So I was moved to this hospital. I found a way to get out. I found a way to get out the next morning. I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even sit upright, and I found a way out. I had to believe something positive was possible and coming out of this if I wanted to survive. I had to choose this and believe it. If not, I wouldn't have gotten out of that hospital. People I heard, stayed there for months, if not years. It's called a rehab hospital. It was, and I'll put that in quotes, rehab hospital. It was anything but rehab. It was the system using you as a credit card with the insurance companies. Once you were in, you stayed in. I needed to get out to heal. I needed the energy to heal, or the chi to heal, and to keep my leg and to walk again or better. But I knew something, and this isn't about me. I knew something would come out of it. I knew I would heal. Radically. I think it was only like 3.5 years later. First off, I'd met Jessica, the love of my life. Woohoo! We'd just written a book together, and here we were on the cover of this book together running barefoot. Barefoot Running became an international bestseller. How does it get any better than this? I needed to strip off my shoes and go barefoot in order to heal and in order to run again. I never expected that, never in a million years. But it was my path to healing, and it helped thousands around the globe, and it helped me to find Jessica. How did I know I would heal? How did I know something better would come out of it? Because I chose to look for the flip side of the coin. I chose to believe something amazing will come out of it. And that choice, that belief, that feeling, that energy. Yes, that energy. That's what we do in the School of Mystics. We help you shift your energy. That energy truly changes everything. It leaps timelines, it climbs mountains, it has the ability, and you have the ability to heal from it and to heal from any of this nonsense beyond your wildest dreams. All by knowing there's a flip side of the coin and going looking for it and believing in it. Believe it first and you will see it. Believe it first and you will see it. Imagine all people living life in peace. Absolutely. Amen. And when you find it because you believed it, you'll find something greater than you could ever even imagine. And yes, I just read the lyrics to Imagine. How does it get any better than this? It means it's okay to be worried, concerned, freaked out, anxious. But we get to make the most of putting the eggs in our basket, and I'm laughing because of the price of eggs, or your chi that we put in this basket of goodness for the other side of the coin. In other words, focus on where you want to go. Focus on how you wish to feel. Focus on the other side of the road. Poor snake. Glad he made it back to his side of the road. His side, her side. Getting her. On the other side of this chaos, on the other side of your complete and total reinvention. There is a prior to April 2nd world. There's a post-April 2nd world. What's post-April 2nd? What do you wish it to be, dear one? You are an ascendant master here on earth as a powerful co-creator. What do you wish it to be? How do you wish to live? What do you want? What you can have and more is yours once you start believing it. And as I've got somebody here from Tacoma and Massachusetts and Ireland, how do you wish us to be from the collective? We get to envision the other side of the coin on who and what we are as this global family. Somebody's saying High Inspire Nation family, and I'd say High Mystic, School of Mystics family as well. High Jack Grimaldi family and Kauai family. Chris family. How do you wish to be as an individual? How do you wish to be as a collective? And then, what do we need to do? Well, Meowsers, do you want to mention it? Oh, he's dreaming right next to me. We get to talk. We get to talk. We get to be honest. And we get to share from the heart. Talk with everybody. I gotta be honest, in this country, it feels scary. It has for a long time to talk. Yeah, but if I talk, if I say I'm spiritual in a Christian, very Christian state, what are people going to say? Are they going to be okay with me? Yeah, but if I talk and I'm a blue, but they're a red, or I'm a red, but they're a blue, or I support anyone but Trump, or I love Donald Trump, what are they going to say? Yeah, but if I talk and I'm terrified of these tariffs, but I think that they may love these tariffs, or vice versa. We get to remember we're each individual filaments of the same light. And we get to talk. What happened April 2nd, Ben Savage? Well, April 2nd, 2006 was my first near-death experience. April 2nd of this year in this country and around the globe is what President Donald Trump called Liberation Day. And I will say it is a liberation. It is a liberation from the old way of being. It is a liberation or a shattering of an old paradigm. I'm not saying things were bad. I'm not saying things were good. And it actually has nothing to do with tariffs. This is an energetic shattering of an old way of being. That's what this was. It came in the form of tariffs. It came in the form of economic policies. But it is a shattering of the old way of you, of the old way of me. That's what this is. And we get to talk. People may even be scared to talk here in the chat. Yeah, but if I support somebody, or if I say that I don't support somebody, or Michael said this, or Michael said this, we get to talk. You and I get to talk. Honest discord shared from the heart. And then, if we feel called to take positive, proactive, heart-based action, this is a time of action. I can see such an image of my head this summer. Oh my God, is there going to be action in this country? But there's actually going to be action. I can see it in Paris. I can see it in Berlin. I can see it in London. I can see it in Mumbai. I can see it all around the globe. is there going to be action this summer? Make it positive, proactive, and heart-based if you feel called. Because only good can come out of positive, proactive, heart-based action. In other words, out of love. Somebody from Vancouver Island here, New York City, all out, New Zealand. Oh my God. Love you, Julie. All positive, proactive, heart-based action. And we will rock this place. They download music so fast. We will rock you. I'm seeing Live Aid is what I'm seeing in my head. All of these people with Queen coming together as one for your highest good, for my highest good, for the highest good of all, or something even better. That's what we get to do at this point. So do not forget, you are not just a dreamer. You are anything but just human. You are the creator. You are magnificent. You are all powerful. Whatever you create in your mind's eye, you can help bring about. And we have so much more power than you could ever, 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 ever imagine. Not despite what's going on, but even because of it. All right, going to drink some water, going to answer some beautiful questions, and then we will go to a meditation. And I see Ann Dillon saying, you gave me a new mantra. I am peace, I am stillness, I am silence, I am love, I am safe. Amen, Ann. All right. Do you have anything you want to add, Meowsers? No, he's going. A little more water. I can hear Hannah Bear playing with Mama Bear in the other room. Mama Bear says I don't know how to play. I'm like Hannah Bear's PE teacher. I get to learn even more how to play. I guess I didn't play enough as a kid. I like taking around and exploring and adventures, but I get to learn how to play more like the two bears. Ardell asks, how long will this take to get to the other side? Months? Years? This is not, on the one hand, this is not, so when you hear me go quiet, I'm listening. This is not entirely up to us. There are a lot of moving pieces in play. It comes about sooner, though, the more that we focus on it. Is this a slippery politician answer? It is the best way of saying the timeline is not in our control because we are all of us coming together as one. And the more we focus on it coming together or happening sooner, the sooner that it takes place. But we will get to the other side. We will get through this together, and something even more positive will come about. That's what is in our control. Timeline, rarely. I've seen this in my life because I have manifested crazy, amazing things. And Aya Bear knows this because she knows us when we started the show, and I think it was 3 months in, and we finally made our first $60 living in Jessica's parents' home, where her mom at 69 years young was saying, am I going to need to get a second job to support you guys? And I made our first $60. It took so much longer in that case than expected, because it's not on our timeline. Meowsers, do you need out to go get some food? I'm going to let Meowsers out of the studio here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Do you want to say hi to everybody? There we go. Hello. All right, let's get you some food. There's some Meowsers coming out for food. All right. I'm back. Even today, there are things that I would like to come about yesterday. The first is the show's pivot, what it fully looks like on the other side. Our business pivot, what it fully looks like on the other side. Where our long-term home is, what that looks like on the other side. I put it out there. I do all these techniques. Something magical will come about in each area of this, I am sure, and beyond. And at the same time, I don't know the timeline. And I'm okay with that not knowing. Okay, sometimes it drives me batty, but I am still okay with it because I see it coming, I feel it coming, I know it's coming. All right, Fallon Taylor, how does Michael know or explain to that we're all ascended masters? there's no other explanation for why we are all here specifically at this time, A. B, we are all powerful and we are all creators. And that power came from lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of cultivating skills. This earth is a very special sacred place. Very special sacred place. Not just any spirit gets here, Fallon. Fallon, you had to do the work. Lifetime after lifetime, not just here on Earth, but not just around the galaxy, but in universe after universe, to be able to come here during this special time of change. Special time of change. Yeah. In thousands of years, we've never seen anything like what just took place this week. Literally, what took place this week. And thousands of years, we haven't had the technology. Yeah, but maybe there were the Atlanteans who had the technology and blew them apart. Blah, blah, blah. This world is very unique. We chose to come here at this time. Everybody who goes to the other side learns that we are a divine, energetic, immortal being having a human experience. And what we learn is that we are all powerful, all creator, all ascendant masters on the other side, still learning, still growing. And when we choose to come here, the few of the few of the few who actually make it here, we are very special and sacred indeed, each in our own individual disguises and stories and myths. You're living a disguise, you're living a story, you're living a myth. Actually, if you're lucky, you may get to live several stories and myths in this lifetime, let alone lifetime after lifetime. But that is who and what they are. Jane says extraterrestrial civilizations had greater technology but not have the human heart. The human heart is unique in the cosmos. That's why we haven't blown ourselves up yet. Because extraterrestrials have done what they can to keep us from blowing ourselves up to see if we can make it to the other side. Young Mike at Murphy's. How do we know our life's purpose? Young Mike at Murphy's, do you know what your life purpose is right now in this moment? You're not going to like my answer, young Mike. To fully experience and embrace this moment, and then embrace the next, and then embrace the next. What happens when you do that is you will find a pull on your heart, an uncommon thread on your heart. And it will say, embracing this moment means I get to go this direction and go with it. Now I'm talking about a pull on your heart. I'm not talking about hormones. I'm talking about a pull on your heart. You will know it when you feel it by embracing this moment and then embracing the next and embracing the next. Not coming out of fear, worry, and anxiety. There's a reason I have the School of Mystics to help you bring your energy up so that you can discern. If you see 222 a lot, it means pay attention to your decisions. Discern and look carefully. Weigh things out carefully with the heart. Life's purpose will always come from a pull on your heart, which always comes from being fully present in the moment. I made a dealio with the family, and we're leaving here in 3 weeks. And so I've got a few deals with the family. One was that because we had a last minute guest cancellation, if we could get a guest in at the last moment, or if Jessica would go on air with me, the latter didn't happen. But if we could get a guest at the last moment, I would drive the family a few hours from here and go to Disney World last Friday. I got another deal for what do you call it? Animal Kingdom this week. We've got to get a lot of packing done before Thursday, and if so, I will take them to Animal Kingdom. So we got to go as a miracle because we have Vincent Jenna on for this Thursday's amazing show on why we no longer need to suffer. I can't recommend that show enough. I will put the link down there. We get to Magic Kingdom, and we go to It's a Small World. It's a beautiful ride. I cried at the start of it. I know, isn't that silly? I cried at the start of it. I had my camera out. I'm taking pictures of Hana Bear, Mama Bear, made it in the Daily Woohoo newsletter. Join the Daily Woohoo newsletter. Oh, can we get that up on the screen? Let's see if we can get that up on the screen, the Daily Woohoo newsletter. There we go. And it was a beautiful experience. But we get to the end of It's a Small World, and I said, I wasn't fully present with that. I want to do it again. We started the day with A Small World. Let's see if we can do it at the end of the day. And sure enough, we did it at the end of the day, right before the fireworks. Which were too loud at this point for Hana Bear, who's 2 years and 11 months old. Oh, as of yesterday. How does it get any better than this? We go to A Small World again. This time, I don't have my camera on. I'm just fully present in the experience. I see so much more. I hear so much more. I experience so much more. Ideas pop. things pop inside of me. I feel differently. It's so special. It's so magical. Oh my God, it was incredible. Even with its, 1950s technology. It was incredible because I was fully present and embracing the moment. And from there, the universe can speak to you. How else can you do it, young Mike? Do something like automatic writing where you're talking to the universe on a daily basis. Of course, that is being fully present as well. Wait for the pull on your heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paradoxical debacle. This means tiny little baby steps forward incrementally. You don't need to know the outcome. Take the little pulses, the little steps, the little challenges from the universe. Always following the pull and thread of your heart. Nancy, how can we find compassion for people who live against their interest and instead prefer immediate, irresponsible gratification? All right, Nancy. I love my parents very, 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 very dearly. And both of them are struggling with not mental health, what would we call it? Alzheimer's and dementia, or early stages challenges right now. And they both have incredibly unhealthy diets. They've done a really poor job on the physical plane of taking care of themselves. And I consider it an absolute, complete, and total miracle that they're still here. Complete and total miracle. And they're still fully functioning. Challenged, but fully functioning. And Jessica has asked me, aren't you angry with them? Aren't you upset with them that they didn't take better care of themselves? And now you're going to be responsible for taking care of them? And she has total compassion for them. But she's saying a very legitimate question. Aren't you upset for the way that they've lived? No. Totally their path. Totally their choices. Totally what they were meant to do for their own soul journey. And I love them. And I love them. And I love them so, 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 so dearly. Nancy, that's what we get to do. And I know that's what Jessica does as well. But she's going, you're so close to this. How can this not bother you? My heart is torn apart every time I speak with them. I don't know another word than that. And they don't remember something, or they're confused or befuddled. Speaking of somebody who's had a traumatic brain injury, I do get this on a very, very intimate level. But how do you find people compassion for people who live against their interests instead prefer immediate irresponsible gratification? Well, irresponsible is judgment. It may appear incredibly irresponsible. You go to take your family out to dinner and all they eat is the chips on the table, and then there's no room for actual food. It may appear incredibly irresponsible, but it's their soul path and their soul journey. And so we love them up just where they're at. Paul Blart, hold on, let me grab a tissue. I'll answer this question, Paul, because it was an interesting one. I'll try to answer it quickly so we get to be done by the top of the hour so I can go play with the family. Excuse me. What happened in the sanitarium? How did I get up? I get put in the sanitarium, transferred to the sanitarium. I'm told that they're going to do a reevaluation in 2 weeks, and you can't go anywhere for 2 weeks. I wanted to get home. I wanted to get home and heal, and I have my 2 dogs, Pumpkin and Sour, at home, and I wanted to get the heck out of there. I couldn't, however, sit up in bed, though we had tried that earlier in the day or the day before, and we threw some sort of a code. It wasn't pretty. So what I had to do is go there, Paul, in my mind's eye first. Everything to do with today's conversation, so a great question. What I did is I practiced. I was laying there in the bed. Well, first off, I asked, how do I get to go home? And the answer to me was clear. You have to show them that you can obviously sit upright. You need to be able to get out of bed. You need to go to the be able to go to the bathroom, which I hadn't done in the week or so I'd been in the hospital. I think it was 5 days. You need to be able to put on your clothes. You need to be fully mobile. You can't sit upright. Okay, minor technical detail. And I was, 3-4 days out of surgery and all sorts of titanium in me, blah, blah, blah. All right, what are we going to do? First, I'm going to see myself sitting upright. And and see what that feels like, and then laying down. In other words, what I started to do was exercises in my head of see myself up, see myself down, see myself up, see myself down, until I got into a state in my mind where it was easy to sit upright without getting dizzy and feeling like I was going to throw up or fall on the bed. So then after that, after I could sit upright, I said, okay, what's the next step? Well, what I need to do is I need to figure out how to get my leg out of bed. And so I got there at 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon. So first it's sitting upright. And then the next step is practicing in my mind's eye. Can I lift my leg off of the bed? Not dangle it to the side, but off of the bed. Well, no, I can't even tighten the muscles. All right. Let's practice in our mind's eye only. Tighten the muscles, relax the muscles. Tighten the muscles, relax the muscles. Tighten the muscles, relax the muscles. Do sets of 10. Okay, rest. All right, let's try it for realsy. And the muscles started firing. The next step was, can I lift my leg off of the bed just an inch or two? And did that in my mind's eye. Then got that firing. And now, can I have this lasso-like device, sort of like they use in rodeos, this blue long nylon with a wire piece in it and a hoop at the end. Can you swing your leg off of the bed? At this point, I called my roommate and said, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I need you to get in here. I'm going to need some spotting assistance to keep me safe. And he came in, and I'd swing my leg down to a trash can and bring it back up, down to a trash can and get it up. And then it was, can I get out of bed and move around? And there was kind of this walker-like device that they had planned on using with me with kind of this arm thing on it, which is kind of like an aero bar on a handlebars. And so I took this walker thing and I played with it for a while and got it to where it worked. And then I got to where I hopped out of bed and I started scooting around the room a little bit. And then I got back in bed and I said, I'm done. I'm ready. I was 2 a.m. So I'd spent the better part of 12 hours doing it all in my head so that the next day I could do it for realsy. In the morning, I wake up and I called the nurse and I said, I'm going home today. And they said, no, your evaluation's not for 2 weeks. And I said, no, I'm going home today. Really? I am. And then they said, well, that's just not possible. And I said, well, come on in here and I'll show you that it's possible. And so I showed the nurse. I showed the physical therapist. Then they gave me tests. They actually had me get up. I got to go use the bathroom. I got to tell you, from a bedpan. Woohoo! I crushed up and down the hall. They made me go downstairs. I did it. I don't know how I did it. I did all of it. I can remember 7, 8, 9 o'clock that night being in the entryway of the sanitarium waiting for a car to come to pick me up. Maybe it was even 10, 11 o'clock at night. It was really dark and late. And I bluffed my way out. Now, I got home that night. I managed to make it up to my bed and got in bed. Couldn't get out. It was late the next morning before my roommate finally was able to help get me out of bed, because in the hospital I had this triangle of life above me that I could pull on to help me sit upright to get, not to get out of bed, but even to move around in bed. And I didn't have that. And so I was stuck there and I needed to pee for hours so badly. And there was not a darn thing I could do until my roommate rescued me. Last note, I managed to visualize and manifest, and I can still see the vehicle pulling up, this blue medical truck and a Priya Healthcare or something on the side of it. And it brought me a Ferrari. Yeah, it brought me a hospital bed for the living room with a triangle and a motor on it to use for a month or two. And it was the coolest thing because I couldn't get up those stairs. But I made it home. It started in my mind's eye. I just kept practicing. This is the ultimate of manifestation. See, you are a creator. I am a creator. We are all creators. And so I played with it in my mind's eye until I literally brought it forth into reality. A few more questions, then let's get into a meditation. And thank you so much, Paul, for asking. Bria, Michael, I have a question. Why is the hearth changing now and not before? Because it's been coming for a very long time. Thank you from Montreal. Oh, sending so much love your way, Bria. Everything's on a progression, punctuated by nodal points. What does that mean? Well, we all have this timeline of our existence where we can do this, we can do that, but there are certain things that have been preordained or planned. Was April 2nd preordained or planned for all of us? I don't know specifically, but the amount of energy behind it leads me to believe this is divinated on some level on the other side, meaning stuff's going to go down around April 2nd. We don't have to know what the stuff is. It doesn't have to be about a president or about a this or about a that. Something big is going to take place around this time period when all of humanity is ready. And I'm sure there could have been a dozen or a million different things it could have been. This was just the one that birthed forth or birthed through to help humanity change, because humanity is now ready. We are ready. Almost every teacher says so. Says what? They say humanity has chosen to make it through this time period. I completely agree. Could we go the other way? Sure. Are we going to? I certainly do not believe so. We have chosen to make it through this time period. Now, we can do things the easy way or the hard way. That's something I talk about with Vincent Jenna on Thursday. And we seem to have chosen the harder path at the moment. Doesn't have to be that way. But there are these nodal points on the timeline where it's sort of like, I love movies, particularly fun, uplifting movies. Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future 3. He's in a locomotive. They're trying to get to 88 miles an hour so that they can go fast enough to go forward in time. And so they're putting bricks into the locomotive oven to hit a certain temperature, and then it takes a burst forward to hit another temperature, and then it bursts forward. That's what we're doing right now. We're throwing the logs in the fire. When one ignites, we burst forward. When another ignites, we burst forward. Put another way, Bria, I see us as going through electron state changes. An electron going from one state of energy to another doesn't just go on a linear path. It goes from here, and it jumps to here. It's what I teach in the School of Mystics. I help people jump. I help you leap timelines as well. You go from here to here. From here, you go to here. From here, you go to the next one and to the next one. But it is never this gentle sequential thing, not the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we talked about earlier. That's where we're at now. Things have been coming for a long time, but then boom, there's this amazing influx of energy, and humanity shifts. It can be a positive event, like an eclipse. It can be a challenging event, like a 9/11. It can be a crazy challenging event, like April 2nd. It can be a challenging longer-term event, like COVID. It can be a giant wedding that everybody watches. It can be something else magnificent. Eventually, maybe it's ETs coming here in a loving experience. All of these that give the burst of energy to hit that next level. And Bria, that's what we were ready for, and that's what we just experienced this week. Last question from Merci, Bria. Mackenzie, what is the meaning of your spirit guides coming into your dreams? I had a dream last week, and I remember asking, if I remember correctly, saying, are they my spirit guides? Spirit guides love to come through in our dreams. They love it, love it, love it. Meowsers, are you here to join me? Do you need backup? Do you want backup, good boy? Do you need, this is your chair to get up. You want me to carry you up? Oh, goody. Hello. Okay, there we go. He loves joining me for this. He holds space. He is the rock in our house. And I do mean that. And Aya is trying to throw up another question here. What does the meaning of your spirit guides coming through? They love to come through in our dreams if we are ready. Here's the thing, Mackenzie. Once they come through in our dreams, we can have them come through more often because, it is the key that unlocks the door to bring them about. Remember the energy of your dream. Remember how you felt. Remember the conversation. Remember anything. And if you focus on that or write about that or dive into that sense, you can literally bring them back about. They have given you the energetic key card to bring them back to you. So Mackenzie, it can be in your automatic writing, it can be in your meditation, it can be walks in the woods, it can be whatever you want it to be. But they have given you the energetic signature through your dream state to bring them about anytime you desire. Don't worry about getting a name. Focus more on that energetic signature. And you now have the ability, because they've given you the key, to come bring them through almost any time you want. And it's start to develop that relationship and see where they guide you. Okay, so I've got a question on the notes. Michael, why April 2nd? That date has already passed. Well, April 2nd was Tariff Day or Liberation Day, according to President Trump. It is a day that shattered economic paradigms, that shattered a world system of trade, that shattered so many ways of the old. Why is it that date? Well, it's an excellent question, and it's fascinating. It's the date that I consider my second birthday, and it's certainly not because of me. What I have heard specifically is that he didn't want to do it on April 1st because that would be considered April Fool's Day in the States. Is there a numerical significance? Well, 4, January, February, March, April. April being the month of 4. 4 is the number of angels. 2 is the number of discernment. So it's calling on the angels. It's making important decisions, put them together, and it is a decision that gets to be made out of love, certainly, and that can be a part of it. It is a heartfelt day to change you, to change me, to change the planet. Am I celebratory of it taking place? No, I'd be lying if I said I was. Am I celebratory of the decisions that were made? You know, I don't know enough about how it's going to play out. And I think in the long run, it'll play out magnificently well. Right now, it seems like the greatest train wreck on earth. However, we are going to change so incredibly positively for it, from it, because of it. A last note, then let's go into a meditation. And I guess I should do a shameless plug for the School of Mystics here briefly as well. So I'll do that. Then we'll go into a meditation. We've only got 10 minutes here. Let's see what I can do. It's so cliche, and it's so true. Everything is happening to support you. Everything is happening, and I see somebody mentioning financial challenges, huge financial challenges. Everything is happening to support your growth, to support your ascendance, to support everything about you. It's happening for you. It's happening through you. It ain't happening to you. Yeah, but Michael, you were put in a sanitarium. Are you kidding? So I could share this story, maybe it was, so I could recognize my own power. Yeah, but I get it. I lost my friend. I lost my family. I lost my job. I almost lost I get it. And I'm the first to not make light of any of this. And at the same time, I promise, if you have a pulse left in your body, if you have one last breath, it's happening for you, not to you. This puts you back in the driver's seat, back in a state of creation, back in the energetic form of who and what you are, completely a creator of your existence at the highest level. And yes, how does it get any better than this? All right, going to take a sip of water. Oh, wait. School of Mystics, 4 Wednesdays each month. Shameless plug. People in the chat, oh my gosh, 888 thumbs up. What does 888 represent? Oh my God, it represents now 889. 9 is life path. 8 is the or something even better. I am so glad that number just came up. 888 represents you put something out into the universe, you allow for something even better than you could ever imagine to take place. I have an electric vehicle. I guess I won't say what kind at this moment because the world has been a changing place, but it is bright yellow with gold wheels, and it's not done so to be flashy. Certainly, I'm a yellow kind of guy. It's done so. First off, the car told me basically what wheels to get. Because it's a celebration. The license plate on it says, woohoo 8, woohoo, and 8. 8 being the number of infinity on its side, the number of something greater than we could ever possibly imagine. That's why we had 888 here tonight, and that is what the meaning is behind 888, is something even better can come out of this. Going back to the School of Mystics. Live, recorded, either way, we love you. You'll enjoy it. You'll get something out of it. 4 Wednesdays each month. We do teachings like this, but even deeper because you're ready for it. We do attunements where I help shift your energy each week and bring it up, clearing away old energy, clearing away old energetic patterns so that you have stick at a higher level and a higher level, like that electron state change, each and every week. Your vibration goes up, 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 way up until you're living at a higher plane. So we have attunements. We have group intention meditations where we all come together with an intention as one, and it shifts not only the world around us, not only individuals around us, but it shifts our lives as well. And we do monthly clearings as well. Very, very profound clearings. I'll let people in the chat, School of Mystic members, I love you guys. I'll let them tell you about it. And it is incredibly affordable. We've got a link down below so you can give it a try. It is, I'll let other people tell you whether it's life-changing or not. But my guess is if it feels right, give it a shot. You have everything to gain for it. Whether you do it live, whether you do it recorded, whatever works for you. And how does it get any better than this? And yes, you'll find friends, you'll find family, and so much more. All right, let's get into a meditation here. Now, this is holding space. Looking at me a little suspect or just needs a little more love. There we go. Oh, what a big purr we've got going on. What a big purr. All right. So what I'd like you to do, actually, let's see what we're going to do for a meditation. Okay. What I'd like you to do is close your eyes. Take in a nice, gentle breath. Maybe shrug your shoulders, relax. Breathe it out. Let go of that tension. Let go of that fear, that worry, that anxiety. I'd like you to maybe shuffle your feet on the ground, as long as you're not going to zap yourself. Shuffle your hands and your thighs. Wiggle your gluteus maximus or minimus on the chair there before you or beneath you. Let's have a good time. Let's relax into this. And let's take in a nice, slow, deep breath in through the nose, down to the belly, and out through the nose. In and out. In and out. One more time. In and out. Now, we're going to take flight tonight. We're going to have some fun. But before we do that, we're going to form one giant, beautiful prayer circle, peace circle, connected circle, all together as one, everybody watching this, past, future, and present. So take hands with someone to your right. Take hands with someone to your left. We breathe in this amazing circle together as one, and out together as one. In as one, and out as one. And in and out. Now, as we keep on breathing in and out together as one, I want you to shuffle your feet on the floor beneath you again. And I want you to feel as if there's carpet beneath you, but not just any carpet, maybe a Berber carpet, and not just any Berber carpet, but a magical Berber carpet, because guess what? You are sitting on a magic carpet. How does it get any better than this? A carpet that's meant to fly, a carpet that's meant to soar, a carpet that's meant to bring you up into the heavens. And as you shuffle your feet on the carpet beneath you, you realize your carpet is starting to take flight. You breathe in, your carpet goes up a few inches. You breathe out, maybe say, wow. You breathe in, you go up a little bit higher, and now you're floating a couple feet high in your room. You breathe out. Wow, wow. You breathe in and you're soaring even higher in the room. You're going, I'm about to hit the ceiling. But you realize you're in a magic carpet. And so as you go, wow, 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 you realize you're slipping up higher and higher through your ceiling, through your roof, If you're in an apartment building, up row after row after row of apartments until you're up above the building itself. It's nighttime. You look down. You're looking down on your city. You're looking down on your town. You're looking down at the beach, wherever you may be. And as you're floating on high, and you take in a nice deep breath, you feel peace, total peace. Maybe the greatest peace you felt in a long, long time. But now as you're floating up above your home, you're floating up above the apartments, you're starting to float higher and higher above your city still. You notice a giant wall before you in the distance. It's like the Great Wall of China. It's illuminated, it's tall. It's not so much foreboding, but it's this real thing you see before you. And you can feel the energy of it. It's the energy of that foreboding state, of fear, of worry, of anxiety, of, oh my God, if we come to that, who knows what's on the other side? You can call it the energy of tariffs, or the energy of war, or the energy of whatever symbolizes something that's not good for you. If the tariffs symbolize something good, then make it something else. You can simply call this the wall of not goodness. And without judgment, it concerns you. But also without judgment, you shuffle your feet on the carpet again and realize, hey, what do I have to worry about? I'm on a magic carpet. And you take in another nice, slow, deep breath. And you start to go higher and higher still. You take in another nice, slow, deep breath. And you feel like you're going so high, you could almost touch the stars. You take in another nice, slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, you find yourself flying toward and flying over this tiny, distant wall below. And as you cross over, the most magical, amazing, incredible thing happens. Because off in the distance, what do you see? It's this dark pea soup night with so many amazing stars in the sky. But as you cross over, the sky starts to grow purple and starts to grow a little bit almost blue. And you start to see this crackle of orange, of fiery red on the horizon. And then all of a sudden you start to see these golden beams and the sun appears before you. Why? Because that wall wasn't a wall at all, but simply an imaginary separation of night and day. And as you crossed over this dark, foreboding wall, what you did is you crossed over into the light, into a new day, and into your new future, floating high above it all at the highest level. And you go, wow, oh wow, oh wow, this is cool. And so maybe in the new day, you zip around, you go up, you go down, you go to Paris, you go to Montreal, you go to South Africa, you zip around to anyone and anywhere, everywhere that you wish to go. And you realize that wall was nothing to fear at all. That wall was something I could rise above. And on the other side of that wall was pure goodness, was pure greatness, and was the pure, new, perfect in all of her mysteries, all of his mysteries, all of their mysteries and disguises. The perfect new you in your perfect new future. As you kick back on your carpet, flying high above it all, you realize, first off, There was nothing to fear. Secondly, you're completely capable of reinvention at the highest magic carpet level. And last, that you are free, you are free, you are free. Feel free to repeat after me. I am free to create. I am free to create. I am free to create. I fly at the highest level. I live at the highest level. And I create at the highest level. I fly, I live, I create, I am me. I fly, I live, I create, I am me. I fly, I live, I create, I am me. I am free, I am free, I am free. Woohoo! And you realize you are flying up to the heavens. You are zipping around. You are having such an amazing time. And you realize among realizations, this is who and what you are. You're not bound by that wall below. You're not bound by the circumstances below. You're not bound by that dread, worry, fear, and loathing. You are completely unbounded. You are the creator. You are the magnificent. You fly and you are free. And so feel free to stay up here, zipping among the heavens, zipping above and beyond all of it for as long as you would like. And if and when you are ready, feel free to settle that magic carpet down. Shuffle your feet against the carpet again, your hands against your thighs. Wiggle that gluteus minimus or maximus on that carpet beneath you. And open your eyes, knowing you can come back here anytime you'd like. And you can zip around to the heavens and beyond. Because it's real, because it's true, and because it's your birthright. And when you go back to the heavens next time, which is firmly where you belong, plant that seed in your heart for whatever it is you desire, or something even better. And may it be so. How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? Woohoo! All right. I will see you Wednesday at the School of Mystics. I will see you Thursday with Vincent Jenna, young Mike at Murphy's. We are putting together a meditation collection. Did I pay you to say this? No, but thank you. We are putting together a meditation collection as we speak. We've got Super Bob's working on it. We've got Jessica spearheading the project. We will get these meditations in some sort of a program format or something for you, categorized. We're doing all sorts of fun things to get you these meditations. And we're going to do a whole bunch of manifestation work with these meditations coming up as well. I love you guys. I truly do. I truly do. Even if I haven't seen you, even if I haven't bear hugged you, energetically I have, in the kindest way. But I love you. I love you. I love you. You are the magnificent. You are the creator. You are so amazing. Not despite what's going on, but because you even signed up for this. You are brave, you are incredible, you're an ascendant master, you chose to come here now, and you rock. And truly, how does it get any better than this, as Kathy Budd says? Woohoo! So lots of love. Aya Bear, Ann Bear, Super Bobs, Jessica, Renee, Ann Bear. Did I say Ann Bear? Everyone in our dream team. I love you guys, and anyone who I didn't mention, Magda Bear? Sure, why not? I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you in our in the next few days as well. I love you, I love you, I love you. And now some beautiful Shine Bright music from my sister, Ayla Ray, and I do mean that actually quite literally. And here's that link one more time, or we got the link for for that. We've got the link for the School of Mystics there, and it says the more thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up this if you like us, and most importantly, share, and share the show with the world. All right, let's get some music from Ayla Ray. Love you guys.
Every day there's a new horizon. Birds keep on singing, earth keeps on spinning. Time to toss any fears that rule you. Dance to vibrations, no limitations. Shine, hold the sunlight on your chest and fly. Look to the sky, let your spirit shine brightly, shine brightly. Oh, shine. Share the magic deep in your soul, the glitter around you. Live your greatest truth. Catch those dreams, swimming beside you. Yours for the taking.